Dekupop dum dum dekupop dum de. Yellow. We might have audio. Let me check on my phone. We can just change this to be why won't you resize? There we go. Doop-a-doop-a-doom. Let's see. Playlist. Done. Public. Save. Alright, now that it's public, let's try and look at it from my phone and see if it is working. Huh, it's working. Would you look at that? Alright. Let me notify the peeps on the Discord that I'm live just for kicks. I should probably copy the URL, shouldn't I? And I'm doing this all on the second monitor, so you don't get no fancy stuff. All right. We'll send this to some people. Okay, cool. That's going. That's good. We'll keep this tab over here. My bit rate is low. You could go suck an egg or something. Let's see. It's fine. Make that 3,000. Because I don't have great internet. So, what we're doing is taking Electrobob's wizardry and we're trying to nerf the spell. What spell? The teleportation spell. So what I have to do is first we need to get ourselves a vanilla 1.12.2 pack with some forge sauce, electro. And now we have to give ourselves some mods. Just to give it from, what's the song in Friendly Fire? We're just gonna steal them from here because that's easier than anything else. Electrobob. CDEE. Electrobob's wizardry. We also want FTB, lib, and you. Actually, we don't need utilities, but we will need lib. Cool. So let's try and launch this. See how that goes down. Get rid of this log. We don't need it. Maybe. Huh, it's launching. Let's go. Alright, so if I take a look at hi y'all. Ayo, Big Guap is here. Can I pop out this chat? So what we're doing is trying to, I think I mentioned this, but we're trying to nerf the Electrobob Wizardry Teleportation Home spell, because currently, in its current state, you'd be able to run away from PvP with it, which is the big ol' annoying if you're like, you know, trying to secure a kill and then someone's just like, all right, I'm out. I'm going home. I'm done with this. Okay, cool. That didn't have a dependency. So one of the first things we have to do is figure out how to, we'll first get all this stuff changed. And we have to figure out how to actually make the teleportation spell before we can nerf it. I'm pretty sure we need these. Is this what it? Yeah, this is what it looked like on the wiki. We make a little like, what is this? 3x3 with the center hollow. And we have to figure out how to make spells, but I have like no idea how to use this mod. So, first plan of action. Yeah, they could still combat log, and that would be an issue. But maybe we solve combat logging later. Yeah, that could also be solved in a really similar fashion. The stream latency is kind of high, by the way, in case I'm responding to this like a minute later. But yeah, they could still combat log, and we could solve that in a very similar fashion to how we're going to solve this issue. Bit quiet. Yeah, we can also fix that. Do-do-doom. That might be better. We can, okay, that's all the way up. So that should be a little louder on the mic end of things as well. So, let's take a look at how Electro Bob I think I had a suggestion there. Electro Bob Wizardry Transportation. Here we go. Yeah, cool. Sweet. Tier advanced. This might look at the wand. Can we just use any wand? I honestly have no idea how to use this mod. But I don't think. Oh wait, no, that was like way simpler. Okay, so how do we cast transportation spells? So we bind to that there. Spells, spoiler alert, spoil. No, I want to spoil the mod. I'm trying to develop things. We just want, whoopsies, that's not what I wanted. Transportation. Or is this going to take us back to that? Right, how? Okay. Telekinesis, I don't think any of that is. All right. Is this how we summoned? Well, that's cool. Oh, that might be a bit OP because we're trying to. Because that's like you can go to multiple locations, so you could use it to go back and forth a lot. We'll have to take a look at that later. Oh, here we go. Transportation. All right, so how do we bind this? My guess is it's those like podiums we saw. Huh, lectern. Let's see if this works. Lectern. Spell lookup. Sort by tier. Can I just... Is there a thing I can just give all the spells to myself? Spells, element, continue. Actually, something we could look through is the controls. Let's look up a quick little tutorial on how this works. Alright, so they can be found all around. I feel like I'm missing something here because the wiki makes it seem so simple. Spells placed on scrolls can be casting. Oh, simply just using the scroll. Huh. So now if we go transportation. You must remember. I did remember the location. I hear a crackling, but I shouldn't have like normal sound on in my room. So it might be a fan and my PC going bad, but that's really disturbing. It looks like someone's like crumpling a candy wrapper behind me. What the heck is that? Or it might just be really windy outside. I don't know. All right. Is there a creative? Yeah, I think that's just wind outside. Nausea? Did I mess something up? Oh no, it worked. Okay, cool. So now that that works, we also need to grab another spell, poison bomb, just something so we know we have. Okay, this mod's actually really cool. Just so we have some other things. So when we're listening for this transportation doodad, we know that we don't mess it up, because there's a high chance we mess it up. So we just want to know what our test case of not messing it up looks like. So, if I drag this over here so I can take a gander through my history. Yes, this is where we want to go. So if we go, so this is the code repository of the wizardry mod. I took a look through here when I was definitely paying attention in class today. And there's this, if we go under event, there's a spellcast event, which we're going to take a look at. We'll make that a little bit smaller. So what we need to do is we need to go into my Java projects. This is the that Minecraft Forge base mod. This is what I am using to create the other mod for the mod pack, where it's what like is the Discord rich presence, so that like it'll integrate the in-game teams into the Discord server and like relay chat between them and stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy that, and we're going to copy it into, I don't know, Rushmore. What do we want to do? Or we could just call it Friendly Fire Rules. Friendly Fire Rules. So now, yes, now we have a directory called Friendly Fire Rules. So you can go ahead and code in here. You can check out what's happening. So, open up the keyring so it can connect to Git. All right, so a lot of this is all the code for setting up that other mod. So we'll be able to get rid of a lot of it. Like all of this entire util package we don't need anymore. I think we'll just keep we'll just do that. And we can get rid of, we can change this. We're going to change it from Rushmore tweaks to Friendly Fire Rules. My CPU is really loving this. He didn't help me on this. I will just leave that. Keeping it a-okay in the server. Cool. So this file is just like it's the metadata file for the mod. So it's when you look through the mods page in Minecraft, this is what shows you like who made the mod part 2. I don't know why there's a credits and an authors list. That doesn't really make sense to me. There's mod ID, name, all that fun stuff. Why is this mad? Oh, that's a good reason to be mad. It's mad because the dependencies are no longer here. I just stole the dependencies out from underneath them. Just pretty valid reason to not like me. So why? So it's just highlighting it in red. What else? Honestly, most of this isn't going to be used. We pretty much can go like this and copy all of this, because this is all code for the other one, which is saved in the repository for the other mod. Because like if I go in here and I go to GitHub and I go to my repositories, you have the Rushmore tweaks, and all the code is saved right here. So if ever I need it again, I can just go to this and just pull it all from this website here. So me deleting everything is not as detrimental as it seems. It seems like hella drastic, but it's not really drastic. It's just kind of drastic, you know? But it gets us up and running quicker than otherwise. What did we call it? Friendly fire rules. So currently we just have to do some boilerplate stuff just so the mod loads properly. Actually, I'm going to paste that. Friendly fire rules. I'm pretty sure that's plural. We don't need that anymore. It can be version. We don't need this anymore. We don't need any of this. We don't need this. We will take that. Don't need that. And don't need this. Cool. So this should be basically, excuse me, everything you need to start a Minecraft mod. Anything in here? I don't think anything in this file is relevant. So let me get this resized a little bit. Look at all these unused dependencies. All right. All right, that should be that. If we come in here, rename this into like Electro. Let's call this file Electro now, in honor of Electrobob Wizardry. So the next thing we need to do, because that's pretty groovy, is we need to import all of Electrobob's code. Or what is his name? Yeah, it is Electrobob. We need to import his code so we can interface with all the events that his code is firing. So in order to do that, we're going to use a little tool called Jetpack. And what it allows us to do is there's something called grade. No, well, yes. We can also, excuse me. We have to copy a little more boilerplate that I forgot about. Paste that here. Rules. And we'll paste that. Let's undo that. Paste. Okay, whatever. Yank. Put that. Come on. Stop being dumb. There we go. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So in the build.gradle file, this holds the code for what dependencies we have or need. So basically all that means is we have our little bit of code here. We want to pull other code from the internet without, Nick is here, without pulling code, you know, and like downloading it, because that's like a pain. Doing anything like manually, like, no, you don't do things manually if you know how to code. That is like the ultimate excuse for being lazy. Like, if it's peak laziness is using, I'm really spacing out because I'm also typing, sorry. Peak laziness is being a developer. So com.github. So basically we're going to want this, but not quite that, but it's going to be real similar. Nope, if I can find the keybind for paste. Paste, there we go. There we go. Electro blob. Oh, it's electro blob. I always thought it was electro bob. Wizardry. And I believe if we want to use releases, yeah, so heck. So the code gets pushed to releases, which are right here. So I think if we just do 4.3.6 right here, 3.6. Electro blob 77 wizardry force. Okay, cool. So that should be correct now. So that means what should happen is if we go ahead and take this and we run grade old W build, this is going to go ahead and compile all the code. And yeah, hopefully it compiles. If it doesn't, well, you just cry. That's the response. So you just cry. Maybe. Build failed. Why did it fail? Could not get GitHub com electrobob. Why not? Maybe this is the tag we need. Let's try that instead. Java dependencies are kind of the worst possible thing you could ever have to deal with in code. Like, build fail. Oh my gosh. For unauthorized. Unauthorized. We might just do this the loser way that I was saying was a loser way before, but we might have to do it that way just because it's easier. Like, oh wait, I think I typed this wrong. One sec. Row. Why does it look so much longer? I did type it wrong. I forgot an R. Let's hope that was what the problem was. And that, that way we can keep doing this the cool way and we don't have to do it the lame way. And also, I think we can just go 4.3.6 here. That one failed, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, it didn't actually. I never actually saved the file before I ran it, so it was like, all right, we'll just go and do the old thing. We don't need the newest file because file never got rather. Well, it's a different error, so that's debatably better. Let's see what this error says. Compile. Search the following locations. Required. What is required? Oh. How did I solve this before? Because I know I solved it. This seems real similar to a different error I was having like a long time ago. This was the part where I was like, you know, maybe I should do this before the stream so you guys don't have to deal with all the fun of like compiling and be like, why aren't the dependencies working? But, you know, maybe y'all get to be enlightened on how the heck you add dependencies. Wiki. Does this have any juicy bits for develop technical configuration, troubleshooting, CurseForge page? No. What we could also do is we could go to Electrobob on CurseForge, and we could actually, it might be building now. Yeah. Okay. Cool. It's building. We don't have to hack it together. Cool. Well, I mean, technically, this is kind of hacking. He's trying to barely understand. Yeah, probably a bunch of rambling. This is like the most confusing part that I'm not explaining much at all. The cool part will be in a sec. This is a really boring part that like even I don't want to do. So like I don't know why you'd want to do it. But basically what happened is this terminal said build successful down here, which means that the mod is functional. So if we look in build libs, we can get rid of these. friendly fire rules is now our mod, and we could take this and we could load it into Minecraft now, and it would run whatever code we write on this screen and anything that goes from there. So what we could do, just to like kind of show that, is we could go in this event, which I'll explain in a quick sec. Get logger. Let's do it. We'll do an error, just so it's really apparent. We are making a mod foo. I guess he's from the hood now. So we can go ahead and compile this real quick. And so what will happen here is our mode will get loaded by the Forge mod loader. And we put this thing called an annotation in Java. You have this little @ sign, then some text. It's called an annotation. And basically what happens is the Forge mod loader comes and it looks through all this text and it says, hey, there's an event handler. It has some code and it knows what to do with event handlers. And then it looks at this piece right here, and it's Forge mod loader post initialization event. And so it's like, hey, when I get a post initialization event, I'm going to send that to you. And so it will send us to us. And so then when the post initialization event, it takes forever to say, when that gets fired, this code right here will get ran, which is a logger, which just basically means printing out text to somewhere. And we're going to do it in the error. Everyone. We're going to do it in the error channel just so it's red. So if we can close this instance of Minecraft, and it will make my whole setup tweak out. We're going to bring this closer as well because I don't like it being way over here. Let's bring it over here. Electrobob, we can. People are experiencing errors or whatever. It's probably because it's like blizzarding out, so my internet connection is probably taking a massive L right now. Documents. And now we have to go and find that. Friendly fire rules, build, libs, friendly fire rules. Cool. So we just added the mod we just built to the actual game here. So it should happen over in this chat somewhere that some red text will come up. Well, there might be some other errors that happen. But yeah, this isn't us. That's a different error. That's because it doesn't like my audio system, which is not my. Hey, look at we saw it. We're making a mod foo. So it loaded our mod. Yay! All right, cool. So our mod is loaded now. We all start jumping for joy out of pure excitement. Everyone's so excited. It's so super interesting. Okay, we can get rid of that line now because we don't actually need it. So what we're excuse me. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna look at the Electrobob mod, and we are gonna go to the code, and we're gonna go to where I found the event earlier, which is in here, and it's under event, very nicely named, spellcast event. Cool. So we want to everyone's so excited. It's actually kind of fun. I had no idea how like a code stream would go. It might go well. I don't know. We'll see. So spellcast event. So this might be, we might run into some issues here. If this doesn't want to import, we might have to manually beat Java over the head until it decides it wants to do what we want it to do. Which might have to happen. Is this calm? Probably. So import calm dot. Oh, maybe it. Actually, not gonna lie, we might need the source. This should work. Why isn't this importing? It should be imported because of the build.gradle file. Com, GitHub, Electrobob, Wizardry. Isn't that how? Oh, he starts it with Electrobob. Interesting. Event.spellcast event. Why won't this import? Electropop cannot be resolved. Why can't it be resolved? But why not? Let's look through our dependencies. Because, see, the problem is that Electrobob wizardry is just fine. It's vibing right here. It's on the vibe trade. And it's imported in the exact same fashion. But this one is not importing at all. Why is that? Actually, let's try and look for Electrobob wizardry. That messed up that spelling. What's happening? We're making a mod to nerf Electrobob's wizardry a little bit for the server that we're setting up. We're setting up another Friendly Fire mod pack. Yeah, it's Friendly Fire. And we're setting up a mod to nerf the teleportation just a little bit. Because currently you can teleport to basically waypoints, which is not great. Okay, so we're gonna go steal some code. Build.gradle. Why does his work and mine doesn't? Curse Forge Maven. That's kind of juicy. Oh, this exists? I didn't know this existed. Apparently, if this actually works, that is incredibly powerful. So what I think this is we can just get any mod from the Curse Forge website and use it as a dependency. So let's try that. We're going to yoink this code. We're going to put it right here. And then these properties should just be right here, and we'll just go ahead and inline them. What are they called? Wizardry project ID. There we go. Wizardry project ID is 265642. And the wizardry field ID is 3864785. Let's try this. See if this works. And if it doesn't, that sucks. Yeah, so basically what's happening there is, for y'all in the chat, is the nerf is basically going to just be a cooldown at build. Okay, that was really quick. What is FG actually? What's happening is basically just going to be a cooldown after you're in PvP to when you can use the spell to teleport to locations. Because otherwise it's kind of overpowered if you can just run away all the time. We don't like people running away. You gotta stick around for the consequences of your actions. Okay, why doesn't this work? This is quite annoying. I don't know where it's getting Curse Maven either. Let's Google it. Curse Maven. This is what we're trying to use, maybe. Yeah, I know what Curse Maven is, but why doesn't it work? URL. I'm dying. Maybe that's what we need. Implementation. Yeah, that should work how I did it. Why didn't it work? Yeah, basically, yeah. So it'll start a cooldown. That part will be relatively easy to. We're just gonna copy this out. Actually, I don't think. No, we do need Maven Central, I think. Um, basically, there'll be a little cooldown after you take damage from a player source, which we could start writing that, and we could figure out this Electrobob thing a little later. But it's so close to working. Why doesn't it work? Actually, what we could do is we could go into build libs. I don't know if it references. How do we do it in our other? Put this here. If we go into documents, code projects, Java, the other mod that we're writing for the pack. This, whoopsies. I'm not hitting that. nvim build.gradle. This should be all the same code. I don't understand why this works so well and this doesn't work so well. It don't make sense. Stop. Move the cursor. Holy balls. Okay. I'm fat fingering like all the keys right now. This is kind of annoying. All right, maybe we can just. Can we just. Whoopsies. Can we just right click projects? Let's try and do this then, if this isn't going to work. What we can do to get this mod is we can just go to wizardry here. What we can do is we can take all of this code. I wonder what the license is. Okay, I was just reading through the license. Generally, licenses don't really matter, not gonna lie. But it would be nice to respect whatever he's doing. Documents, code projects, Java. We're gonna go ahead and copy his repository, and we're going to copy it into a wizardry folder. Okay, cool. So, code wizardry. So, okay, I need to clean up a little bit. We're going to go just with a new desktop and go ahead and be by ourselves over here. So, theoretically, we should be able to go Gradle. We need to change the actually, this is kind of a cool learning bit on how file permissions work. So clear, there we go. So if we list with the L flag, you can see all the files in this directory and the permissions of each of them. And what we're trying to run is Gradle W right here. And we can, if you like highlight the whole line, you can see has RW on it and then RR. So this is user group all, I'm pretty sure is how this goes. So the user is Oliver and the group is Oliver, and then all can read. So I can read and write to the file, but what we want to do is we want to give ourselves the execute permission by the +X, and then we're just going to go Gradle W. So now if we go LSL, we can see everyone has the X flag added to the file, so that means we can execute it. So now we can go Gradle W build. And yeah, that should start building. And if this does build, what we can do, fingers crossed that this actually builds. What we're just going to do is in, whoopsie daisies, in here, bring that to the main, where we have this, instead of like adding the repository through this fancy string right here, we will just add, I actually think it's working. what we'll do is we will add, just through like a file path, we'll just point this to the actual like file on our hard disk of the, whatchamacallit, of the compiled wizardry mod. Huh, it worked! Holy, wow! Compiling stuff like never works. All right. At least I've had really bad luck with compiling Minecraft stuff. It's kind of the worst. Okay, cool. So Electrobobs, we're not going to do that. What we are going to do is we need to take a little look at how I did it before, because I don't necessarily remember. Right, so we're going to go to the old repository and look at how I did this before, because this is what I did for making the mod, or what I'm currently doing. I guess it's not quite done. For this is the mod for sorry, I got distracted. This is the mod for doing, I can't English right now, for the Discord rich presence. And so we can provide files. Boop. Sound effects are very important to the success of your project, in case you were curious. That's the wrong character. And we also need to put it there, like that. So that should work now. Now we should just point, instead of downloading the file from the internet to use as a dependency, we're just pointing it to the file over here that we just built, because this is all the code for the Electrobob Wizardry mod. Like, we could go in and fork. This would be called forking if we made our own version right here. And so we could make an entirely custom version of Electrobob's Wizardry if we want, and we could use that in the pack. I'm not saying I'm going to do that. That sounds like a lot of work. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I could go through pretty much any of the mods, and we could just screw with them for the pack if we wanted to. But we're not going to. What we're instead going to do is we're going to tell this to import. Import. I swear. Dying's always a good thing. Let's grab some water. Cool. So this should work. Boom, boom, boom. I wonder if I have to refresh this. Let's reload this window. Because there's literally zero reason this should not work now. We're not going to update because that would take forever. Also, stuff that's like a little less nerd, maybe you can't see. No, that's tiny on your screen. But up here in the corner, this is at like, it hit 16,000 megabytes of RAM, which is really exciting because I finally just threw in some extra RAM sticks. Now I have 32 gigs in this computer. It's really faint. Like, look at this. If we go here, Neo fetch. Look at that. Look how much. Look, we got all the RAM. 32 gigabytes. We're like drowning in RAM now. It's amazing. No, I don't have my programmer socks on. I don't have any. I thought about buying some programmer socks because I thought it'd be really funny. But also, people already like ask me if I'm gay, so I don't really need more reasons for them to ask me if I'm gay. It gets kind of annoying, but I think it would be funny. But I guess that's kind of the whole point of programmer socks. Okay. Honestly, why is this not working? It's just gonna turn into a really lame stream if we can't even freaking get this to work. Nick has the Titan Sunbrick. You have programmer socks, dude? That's amazing. I can't believe Nick doesn't even program and needs programmer socks. I'm getting shown up by him. Can't believe it. Okay. Why doesn't this work? Why doesn't this work? Why doesn't this work? It should work. There's no reason for it to not work. We're going to send this over to 4 and we're going to follow it. All right. Event. Keeps that thing on him. Electro blob. This is literally, no, that's not. Look at it's neofetch in a different color. This should compile. There's not a reason for this to not compile right now. I manually imported it, which is like the most dumb and annoying thing I could do. Build field. Why doesn't, okay. We're going to go over here and we're just going to take a look through the other one that I have that works. And we're gonna shake our hand to the sky and ask why this isn't working. So here is the mod for the rest. Exit out. I may have more RAM, but I don't have more CPU. My CPU is from like 2012, something like that. I have a laptop, which is like way more powerful than my desktop, but I don't really like using it for various reasons. Most of them dumb. I just don't like plugging and unplugging things. Like I use my way more powerful laptop and I like go out places with it and I like put it on the, like quiet mode or whatever and like throttle the absolute daylights out of it. And then I come here to where I could like actually use the full power of it. And then I just use the, use the less powerful desktop computer. Just kind of goofy, but it works. So let's go to this directory, which is FB utilities, build libs, custom. It's just the custom. We're not importing the sources. That's what's happening here. Right. Right, guys? Right? Where is it? Here, yeah. Build lib. We wouldn't want to import the sources because that's not how this works. But why? Huh. Build.gradle. Electroblob.wizardry. That's all groovy. The thing is if we open up like a text editor, or we can just open up the terminal, because I don't actually have a file manager on my computer. I just use the terminal. And we like unzip the Electroblob's wizardry, or whoopsies. And so now we can bring out the whole thing. And now we have Electroblob, wizardry, event. Whoa, spellcast event. Where the hell did that come from? It's like I know what I'm doing, computer. Stop lying to me. I know what I'm doing. Why won't it import? Yeah, I do use Linux, yeah. Why can't it be imported? All right, there's zero reason for this to not be imported right now. What am I missing? Holy cow. All right, time to consult the Oracle, known as Google, except it's not actually Google. Because Google's friggin' spyware company. I don't know how much better Mozilla is. At least Firefox is open source. Honestly, we could be like more based, and we could use LibreWolf. Where did it launch? Oh, there it is. We could. Oh yeah, we don't need the old session. And we could be like, why is Gradle not importing dependency file path like that? And we could just yell at it. Just yell at Firefox. Why is things not working? Provided files. I think we're at 4. Yeah. Relative path to HR files. Implementation files. Oh, am I derping? Is this supposed to be provided? I feel like we can yank. Oh, whoops, we didn't want to actually take that whole thing. We want to do it like this. Boop. Does that cause our dependencies to unheck? If we go over to our other code space, we don't need this, and we go into the Java project and look at its dependencies, both of... Oh, you know what I didn't do? That's probably our issue. One sec. Let's try and take this and do it, because I'd rather do it the way where we downloaded it. But if we can't, build setup. Might need to init. Build successful. Cool. So now let's look at dependency insight, because this might be what we want. What went wrong here? What went wrong? Dependency insight. Dependency cannot be, because the dependency to show was not specified. Oh, okay. So we don't actually want to do that then. Okay, because the confusing bit is that I think, like, if we took this, and we, like, I don't know, went to some Forge event. Boop-a-doop-a-doom. Okay, that's gonna take too long to walk through. Because like we imported like com dot feed the beast events client. Yeah, we could just take everything. I don't really want to take everything. We want to take guide events then. Universe event, you know, like universe closed event or something. This works fine. Universe. OBS is mad at me. Why is OBS mad at me? I don't know. Its message didn't. Yeah, I don't know. Is the stream still fine for y'all? It might have died. I don't know. Text me if it didn't. If it died. Y'all are already gone if it died, so that's kind of useless. But spell. What was it? Spell something event. Okay, still good. I don't know why. You guys probably saw that pop up. Spell cast event. That's what we're looking for. Spell cast event. This should fly in through the rescue, and it should just work. Bum ba dum bum 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 ba dum bum bum ba dum bum 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 ba dum bum. Cool. So that's groovy. We might open this in Eclipse and see what Eclipse has to say. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to have to do. All right, boys. We're going to Eclipse. We're going to see what Eclipse has to say. I don't like or normally use Eclipse, but it's more... anything is more useful than like the whole thing just straight up not working. Package Explorer. Oh, but maybe I don't know if you can add in a project. Yeah, no, Eclipse is freaking annoying. Yeah, it was a speedrun guap until it wasn't. It was a speedrun until like every proper programming thing, it doesn't go smoothly. It's like when you it's like when you're like, oh yeah, it's like a weekend project, and then you're working on it like 40 hours into the project, and you're like, oh, I guess it wasn't a weekend project. It's really annoying, but yeah, that's how it goes. Why doesn't this work? Smash all the dishes? Yo, bet. We actually just got new dishes at this house. So I could smash the old dishes. Go grab they're like those blue ones. That's really not descriptive. You know the blue ones? Yeah, that's the one I use. Yeah. All right. Because FTB event, why do they get through? Do-do-do-do-do. Okay, because this is literally exactly how I do it. Home. Oh, that should be a slash, probably. What? Oh. Gradle build. Doop doop doom boom boom boom. See, it worked. I just had to force it down. Oh my gosh. Why does it think it won't work? Maybe it's just dumb. Might be what it is. All right, because that built, which is obnoxious. Oh, it's gone now. But the thing friggin' built, so it's right here, and that's with the event built in, but it won't. Actually, let's see if we can't link sources. Gradle link source. Include source files. There we go. Upgraded your solution. No, that's not what I want. Introducing source dependencies. Maybe. Oh, this is introducing. No, because this is for like Gradle 4.10 or something. And I'm on 4.9, and I don't know how to update it. Because it won't update. Yeah, it's on 4.10. I want to update it. I technically have Gradle 8 actually installed like on the computer, but the one that actually works is 4.9. I don't know why, but that's how it just do be that way. All right. Because I feel like it was using Eclipse that I forced it to work in the other project. But if we go here, Well, I don't think there's anything more to glean from that file or this file. Actually, this will end up being useful to us. If we can find the, not entity, where did it go? Oh, event, there we go. Spellcast integration. So, ooh, this might be a pain if we don't. Reload. Let's try and reload one last time. Well, actually, not one last time. Let's be real. Later. Bullet gun. All right. All right. All right, this is obnoxious. This is actually obnoxious. All right. Time to try and import the whole thing in Eclipse because this is not working. All right. So we're just going to open that other project in Eclipse, which won't work great because it's because Eclipse is dumb, basically. Yes. We'll call it something dumb. Is that, wait, that's create. Was there an import option? Java project, yeah. Can we import? I don't use Eclipse. Import. Existing, no. Existing Gradle project. Next. Root project directory. Desktop, no, not desktop. Documents. Why don't you sort by name? Code projects, Java. Doopy-doopy-doom. Right here. Next. Yeah, Gradle wrapper. Bum ba-dum bum 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 bum. Alright, we'll see if this destroys everything or if it fixes everything. There's a shot for there's a shot for each. It's thinking. Maybe. Did it work? Finish? Yeah? Oh, look at that. It worked. I think. We're going with it worked. All right. Based. All right. Do something. Do something, thing. Why is... Why won't it... Okay. It was working for a sec. I was excited for a sec, and then it just, like... then it just crapped out. Import. Bum bum ba-dum bum 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 bum. Bum bum ba-dum ba-dum bum. Bum bum ba-da-dum ba-dum 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 ba-dum. All right. That works. There we go. It was just importing stuff. So now if we go event. What? What the heck? What? Because that's how I got this to work. This is why I don't like Java. Java's a pain. But that's like the only thing you can code in for right now, just looking for how we manually add dependencies, because I know you can do that. Gradle, you can refresh. Team, nope. Index, previous, tag, commit, configure, properties. Gee, how did we do this? Such a pain. Because I know when I was doing the FTB utilities thing, I just went ahead and like right-clicked and imported. What? Why does that one work so much better? See, on this one, I can go source, and I can just organize imports, and it just works. On this one, no, I don't have the ability to click stuff. Cancel. On this one, there's no space to all right. Maybe this will work. Documents, code, Java. Wizardry, build libs, open. All right, that's like the last thing we needed to happen. Pain in the ass. All right, we're disowning Eclipse. We're going to go back to doing it this way. Now, something I do see people do sometimes is they'll just go libs, and we can just open ourselves a terminal, go documents, code projects, Java, and we can just copy from Wizardry, build, libs, electro. We can copy both of those into the fire libs. So now we have these two files here. We should be able to, if we just go ahead or wherever, build properties. There we go. If we print working directory, paste it to our clipboard. Boop. Kind of go like that. And then electro. Give that a shot. Okay. I'm gonna commit die here real quick. This don't start working. Well, see, the biggest problem is that when we go Gradle build, the thing builds, which means that it finds all the code. It goes out, it takes the code, it yoinks it, it stuffs it where it needs to be. But it doesn't, the hint thing doesn't work, which is like how you freaking code. You're like, yeah, you could code without IDE, whatever you call it, like the help thing. But no, it's hard to code without the help thing. All right, back to the internet. Why Gradle not importing VS Code? All right. We're going to try clean, because that actually might fix it. If that fixes it, I'll be happy. Oh, did that fix it? Wait, did it actually load? I don't know if it actually, like, the editor actually loaded yet. The editor hasn't loaded yet. Doom, doom, ka. We believe in you. We believe in you. We believe in you. We believe in you. Freaking writing code makes you like believe in God. You have to have someone to pray to while if you're like atheist, but you write code. Trying to compile things will make you no longer an atheist. I mean, there's a lot of other reasons to believe in God, but that's not what we're here for. It works. Woo! Let's go, baby. Let's go. Yes, it worked. Look, that only took us, what, 1 hour? 1 hour, 12 minutes till it works. Okay, now now time for the cool stuff. All right. Now time for the cool stuff. Let's go. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. I should not be this excited. I need to get a life if this is what I get excited about. But but this is what propels Minecraft forward, is getting excited about this sort of thing. Let's go. I think like everyone's left by this point. Oh no, we have 3 viewers. Wow. So many viewers. So many excited, happy families. All right. So what we want to do now. Okay, does that count as part of the speed run? Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe it does. I don't know. Yeah, like no one's paying attention anymore. It works. That makes me excited. All right. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go base.get logger. We're just going to log when no, we don't want to log. What's it called? Info? Yeah. We're just going to run a info message when this happens. So what do we think it is called? Get name for translation. Get name for translation. Name. What do we have for under name? Get spell name plural. Why would it be get unlocalized name? Probably. That's what we want. Get display names. Get display name. Spell. Get spells. Get all spells. I'm not sure why getting all spells is a relevant bit in here. All right, whatever. Let's just go with the unlocalized name and just see what that gets us. I'm just gonna go ahead and copy this. Cool. Yeah, so now let's go ahead and run Gradle build on this. Cool. So now what we can do is we go to here, view mods, get rid of wizardry. Oh, I accidentally got rid of the wrong thing. right, add file. How do we add off of this same location? View folder. Close enough. I just need to see what directory it's in. Add file. We need to go to the Oliver directory. We need to show hidden files. We need to go to local, share, polymc. I went to the wrong place. Instances. All right, and electroblob. Where you at, electroblob? We need your wizardry. There we go. Now we're gonna launch. All right. Yeah, everyone's gone. All right. So, it's not considered a spell. What events are these called? Scroll. Ayo, he's here. Spell bind. Let's see. Spell cast event. Spell cast event. The kind of thing, so we should be able to just get spell on it. Bum ba dum bum 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 bum. I'm not super confident that that thing loaded properly. Let's go ahead and kill Minecraft. Friendly fire rules. We're gonna have to figure out some way different. Friendly fire rules can go away. We will re-add the new friendly fire rules that we just compiled roughly. Documents, code projects, Java. Friendly fire rules, build, lib. There we go. And launch. Bing, 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 bing. Load in here. It'd be really weird if he sent out an event for like scrolls, but not for like teleportation, or whatever you call it. If he sent out a spell, because the actual event we're calling here or listening for is the spell cast event. And it would be really weird if the spellcast event was only called for spells and not for scrolls, but it's possible. How do you load heckin' spells onto this? So I think what we have to do is dig a smidgeroon through here. So we can get rid of this now. Actually, where did we have it loaded? 5? Here we go. Let's just cd documents code Java wizardry. Okay, so now we're going to snoop around in the Electroblob's Wizardry mod and see where this spellcast event gets called. Go to references. Spellcast. Oh, do we have to? I may have derped here. Yeah, okay. Let's listen for the pre-event. Let's see if that helps us out. I think I may have been listening for a non-existent event, because basically the event is split into pre-post. What was it? Obviously pre-post, finished, tick. Yeah, so there are several things that the spell event gets blown into. So, friendly fire rules can go away. That got built. All the children said hooray. Right at 5 o'clock. Isn't that cool? All right. YouTube yelling at me that the bitrate's too low. It's like, dude, it's blizzarding out. I can only do so much. All right. So, what should happen, right? No. Oh! No. Yes. No. Okay. Sorry. I thought that was way bigger of a deal than it was. I thought that I didn't log anything. I was like, oh, no wonder nothing appears. Hey, dude. Minecraft is so cool. Look at that. Look at that. Every time I right click, and it's like EB Wizardry Transportation. And so what we can do right here is we can catch the fact that it's like, you can dying. Consent. We could take any random, like, that looks like a terrible. Dude, if that gets used against me in PvP, I will just cry. Cave spiders are like the worst thing on the planet. Holy cow. How do I make that and how do I use it? But anyways, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So, we can just, this is so cool. Wow, I'm excited, so I can't, think what's happening. So, what we can do is Electrobob's Wizardry, is we can go ahead and copy this, because this flag is what, this function is returning. So, we can just go string spell or spell name. Yeah, equals that. And event get, or if I spell it right, event get spell get unlocalized name. So that will return the spell name. And now we just go if spell name equals that. These should be double quotes, not single quotes. Return. So actually what we'll do is we'll do not equals, because I prefer coding like this. Actually, we'll want to keep that. This is what you just call a request guard or something. I don't know if there's an official name for it, but basically, if the spell name does not equal EBOB Wizardry, or EB Wizardry transportation, just return. So basically just exit the function right here if it's not the spell we're looking for. But if it is the spell we're looking for, that will be everything down here. So what needs to happen now is we need to do some sort of damage ticker. And what we can do here is there's an event. So we'll make a little function, and we're going to do damage event. So what we can call it, the name literally does not matter. Subscribe event. Cool. So what this event will be, event is I think it's like living damage event. Yeah. So that's from ow, I'm dying. Get some water. Wow. So this event gets fired anytime a living entity takes damage. Bless you. And so what we can do is we can just go event dot get. I think we just go get entity. Yeah. So we just go if get entity is instance of player and entity. What? That's what I use in my other mod, I think. I don't remember what I use. Let's take a look. SRC main base event. I think it's in rule enforcer because it's not actually finished. Yeah, so we basically just want entity player. That's what it's called. Entity player. Cool. Right, living damage event. Yeah, same difference. Cool. So now what we can do is this will be anytime you take damage as a good old human, we can now be inside here. I'm trying to think of what we want to do. So technically the next thing we should do is go event.get source. And we should get true source and go like that, and then be set this, or what is this? This is an entity. Yeah, entity source. We should have set that to the source. But the thing, why won't this import? Entity. I don't know. Just it's this entity. Which entity is this? Minecraft net entity, or net Minecraft entity. Cool. We're just gonna manually import that because there's so many entities in Java. Cool. So this source, however, might equal null because what we're doing right here is we're calling we're calling get source, get true source, and so there might not be a true source. So this might be equal to null. So what we can do is we can just go. What we're going to end up doing is we'll do another like entity true source, and it will equal. We're going to do what's called a ternary operator. True event. Source. So, what? Damage source to entity. That might be problematic, yeah. Is all right, so we're not going to do it like that. Never mind. How do we want to do this? So if we get the true source, it equals the entity type. What does the entity type? Logger, item equipment. So these are all the methods that are on an entity. Basically what we're going to want to do is, well, so get true source, and we can just go like if source equals null. Source entity, yeah, that. So if the source entity equals null, we're going to want the damage source can equal null originally or something. Doesn't really matter too much. Then source equals event dot source. Else source equals event dot, or wait, source entity. What kind of damage source options do we have? Damage source, cool. So right now I'm just looking for like a player event or something. But maybe none of these get fired when... So how do I want to do it? Well, what we could do is... What? Other members of the dream team are here. Let's go. We're on the struggle bus right now. Like, welcome, but welcome to the struggle bus. Just because it's not documented code, that's kind of just a problem. What we can do, however, is in here, I downloaded the entire documentation, which is very large, by the way. But we can go like LibreWolf index.html. Excuse me. And that's not what I wanted to send there. Send that back to 1. No. Send that to 1. All right. So here's the documentation for everything. Am I always struggling? Yeah, kind of. Well, this one's just... so there's not documentation, so I don't know what any of these methods do besides what they're named. So we just kind of hope, which is not fun. Hoping's bad. I don't like hope. Hope. All right, what was it called? Living damage event, and it's in Minecraft Forge. So where it's located, Minecraft Forge events. Entity living. Living damage event. But I also saw something nearby that looked interesting, and it was Minecraft Forge event. Where did it go? Event entity player. Maybe that just won't load for us. All right. Damage source. Why doesn't stuff open? It's really obnoxious. Victim is a player. Damage source. This would be a lot easier to test if I just had like multiple Minecraft accounts. Because I don't have a real way to test player damage. Yeah, no, I don't have multiple accounts. We might be able to do some tomfoolery and launch 2 accounts and just launch one as like a cracked account kind of thing. I can use you. The problem is I don't have a server to run it on. But if I had a server, I would definitely do that. It's just, I mean, like I have servers, but not Minecraft servers. Which, so I'll show you my server situation. If Firefox will pop out a tab, pop out the tab, retard. There we go. If we go here, Volter, log into GitHub, Hamachi. Oh, can you put what do you call them? Mods on Hamachi. Can you put just like arbitrary mods on Hamachi? Or is this the... Oh, this is the one where you create a VPN. Let's see what they're... Is it open source? I don't necessarily trust them. Yeah, because it uses VPNs to make a LAN, which is kind of cool, to be honest. I've thought about doing that with like my personal VPN stuff. So I might do this in a sec. I think I can get a little farther without needing to do that, just so I don't like, I'm not like sending 20 files to you. It gets kind of obnoxious. But I think we might end up doing that to do the final test. So I think what we'll do until then is we'll just grab the source and we'll make the source like a cactus or something for now. But in the end, we'll just like quick swap out the code for checking if it's a cactus to checking if it's a player, and then it should, everything should be pretty groovy from there. And I think that's what we'll do. So if sort source.cactus. All right, so what we'll do is we will create, I think we'll just use a hash map. I think that's what makes the most sense in this case. If you don't know what a hash map is, basically they're glorious. Map. Damage. What would we call this? Well, actually, first, let's see if we cast entity player equals entity player. Can we do Yeah, so I don't think we can... I don't think it saves when the last damage to a player was done, so we have to save that ourselves. Hash map. And we'll do... Yeah, dude, I got you. How's the IGA work? And we'll just do like a long, because I think that's what it saves. What is that? How is that not? String long. Oh, that's what the issue is. And I don't think we actually need this text here. Yeah, cool. So damage. So what this will do, awful as always. Yeah, that's kind of fair. Haver, I don't know. I know there's differentiating opinions on that town, but everything was kind of boring, but like it's kind of cool to be there. But stuff is definitely boring. So we're just gonna pretend cacti are players, and I think that's basically like the sentient capabilities of a player as a cactus. Um, system dot get current time millis. I'm pretty sure this is in a long. Ooh, I'm so smart. Doxed. What was I saying? Long now equals then. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take, or wait, this needs to be static. Static. So that basically means there'll just be one of these in existence instead of creating a bunch of them. Damage dot put. We're just going to go p dot get name. And we're going to go now. Cool. So, sweet. So, what this does right here is we are just going to log the last time player took damage. So this, what it'll do is in here, every time a player takes damage, it will log their name and the damage they took. And actually, this should probably be their UUID. So it'll log their, it's a string. So it'll log their UUID and their, and the last time they took damage. So now, if they try and use the teleport or transportation spell, if damage dot get event dot, what do we call caster, get unique ID to string is less than, how many milliseconds should it be? I'm thinking probably like 10 seconds or something. So is less than 10 times 1000. Sounds good, yeah. Yeah, I think 10 seconds sounds good, because that we might up it later, but we'll go with 10 seconds just to make it nice and easy. What is this? Oh, this might be null. At least it told me. How would the event caster be null? That's what I want to know. A caster would be null. Interesting. Okay, so event.get caster. We just have to break this out into a little entity living base. So basically just what we'll do here is if caster equal to null, return, we'll just put another guard right there. And so we can just do caster. Caster? There we go. I know, right? The dream. So I was looking at. You said you're excited for the Dream Team return. It's going to be very excited. Obviously, we can't spoil all the super secret sauce plans here. Otherwise, I would definitely talk about them. But I was looking at website names today because I was bored, and I looked up dream.team as like a URL, and I was like, if this is available, I'm gonna buy it, even if it's like a little bit expensive. Like I was ready to just like open my wallet for dream.team, but it's like $5,000 because someone else owns it. And so they're selling dream.team for like $5,000. I'm like, you know what? It would be cool, but it's not that cool. Set cancel true. It'd be cool, but it would not be. It's not $10,000 cool. All right. I think this should work now. it's it takes a lot longer to code when you're talking. It's a lot easier to think. Yeah, I know, right? Well, it kind of makes sense because like dream team is like a common phrase, but at the same time, like no one is actually using it. Like if we go to dream.team, or whoops, forward. What? Load? You loaded like 5 seconds ago. We'll let that load in the background. All right. Mods, friendly fire rules, die, add file, friendly fire rules. Hello. Launch. Yeah. So continue to HTTP site. We'll let that load. But yeah, no one. It is a fat rip because like no one's getting the benefit of Dream.team existing. They're just sitting on it, just like, oh yeah, you want to use this, pay us. It's just sad because that would be amazing. I don't know what we'd put on it, but if we could put something on the Dream.team, even if it's just like a headshot of all our like Minecraft characters, it would be funny. All right. Here's the old moment of truth. Speak something different. All right. So we can use ye old Bob wizardry bulb, whatever. But if we're gonna need a time set day. Actually, we might need multiple of these. I'm not gonna lie. What game? Oh, game mode S. All right, so we can use it normally in survival, and that's all groovy. We go blind, all that fun stuff. Wait, scroll to transportation. This is what we want. Exactly, all the things. So if we take damage, or like taking damage, oh, it still works. That's not good. All right. Yeah, Dream Team. Like it took too long to respawn. Literally, no one's capitalizing on the fact that exists. Okay. Okay, so the issue, I think, is we're using the pre-event. We want to cancel a later event. I think post finish is probably what we want. Coding turned this man into a villager, 1000%. Let's see, teleportation or transportation. Is that what that was called? It's called transportation. You can possess stuff? Critical health. Previous inventory. Possessed. Possession.json. I don't know what all this is about. Transportation. What do you... Okay, I thought transportation wasn't here, and I was going to be mad. I was going to be like, what do you mean it's not here? What do you mean? All right. So, requires packet. Location aimed at. We're just going to collapse all of this. Attempt travel to. That sounds like what we want. That's math. Some more math. Which one of these fires the event? This seems like it should. You know what? Instead of reading like a nerd. We're just gonna test stuff like an absolute Chad. We're just gonna hope finish. Actually, what we could do to make our lives not too hellish is we can just copy this thing, or copy the same thing, and paste it a bunch. Beep. And then we're actually just going to take like the guts out of all of this. Dying. SE, you can name it random stuff. It doesn't really matter. My guess is it's either that or that. That was, wow, I can only use the word that apparently. Can't use actual English. We're just gonna name these random things. And there was like a tick one as well. And we're just gonna log which events are firing when. Because I think the post event or the finish event will be the silver bullet. So basically, what happens is the spell gets clicked, it sends out an event, and we can listen for the event. And so we're listening for the event here. But on all events, there is a cancel flag. So basically, all it should take is us setting that cancel flag to true, and the event should just like never continue to populate. Potentially we need to go into the tick event. So like that countdown, it'll be ticking a bunch basically. And we might need to go in there and like screw around with stuff and like tell it to stop. Or we'll bury it alive in a box. Have you seen that SNL skit where it's like, stop complain, or what is it? It's like this lady and her worst fear is getting buried alive in a box. And then it's like a therapy session. And so they're going through different issues in her therapy session. And she's like, I'm just worried about, she's worried about this, worried about that. And then by the end of it, he's like, stop it, or I'll bury you alive in a box. It's humorous. Yeah, I think we need to sabotage Minecraft. I moved wrong. I got too much sauce for Minecraft. Pre-post. Why does pre fire twice? No entiendo. All right. Yeah, so I think what we have to do is we have to go in. Wait a minute. We did this math wrong. Right? Because this will never be true. This right here. Because that's saying if the current time is greater or is less than 10 seconds from 1969. I don't know. I'm no mathematician, but I think 2023 is a couple more seconds than 10 away from 1970. Yeah, January 1st, 1970. That would just be a guess. I don't know. So what is the actual math we want to do here? We want to see if the distance between the current time and the old time is greater than however many, like 10 seconds. So you want to get the system.now time. System.get just time. Millitime. Minus that. There we go. This should actually give us the right math. Holy cow. That's actually really funny. And I don't think the finish event is ever getting called, so we're going to test out the post event. And we're just going to call this finish. Should write a song called the compiling song. It's the song we sing while we compile. Should write that. Friendly fire rules. Groovy Tuesdays. All right. Time for some more water before I die. Oh, did any of y'all see that esports were coming to the Olympics, but they chose like really dumb esports? I don't know if any of y'all saw that. I read about it and I kind of thought people were maybe trolling, but then I also saw it on Linus Media Group, like the highlights from one of their streams, and they were talking about it, and I was like, you got to be kidding me. But yeah, so that's apparently a thing. Wait, why do none of these events happen and they don't respect each other? So I think what we're going to have to do, we're going to have to reach inside the tick method and just garble up its braids. That's maybe a bit graphic, but that's what we're going to have to do. Ding, 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 ding. Let's take a quick look through here. So if we cast the mod, or cast the thing, it plays a sound. Make sure they're in a dimension that's valid. They grab the location. They look through the remembered locations. If the world is empty, we don't want to worry about that. What is this written in? Oh no, I guess streams are a Java 8 thing. They make sure the dimension is valid. What is this an else statement for? Some bobble stuff, I guess. We don't really want to worry about that then. Attempt travel to. Does this fire off an event? So we might, if we can't do anything with the tick method, we might have to go and make a custom version of Electrobob's Wizardry. Which I wouldn't be excited to do necessarily. But if we have to, we have to. This is probably where tick is, isn't it? I don't know. Is casting. Alright. So that's done building. Get rid of the old mod. Add the new one in. Launch this puppy. This is the part that takes so long about doing Minecraft mods. Is just the the time it takes to relaunch the game every, a little bit. And there is ways to do it where you don't have to relaunch the game so much, but I don't really know how to do those. And I think it only works with like more modern. Shouldn't that be ticking? Well, if Electrobob respected their event system, it would have worked by now. But it don't appear to be working. So something's funky is going on. Yeah, so this update method, why does it never get... They don't test if the event gets canceled ever. At least not that I can see. Because they would do that like up here somewhere. You'd think, you'd hope. I'm going to see where they call on the update method. Because this looks to be where the tick happens. All right. All right, so here is where the countdown happens. All right, this is actually kind of dumb that they wrote their mod like this. Esprit. We're just gonna copy this and paste it a couple times. Cat on lap right now, epic. And we're gonna do good old pre. Post, what was our other options? Pre, post, finish, and tick. Post, finish. Tick. All right. So now inside of this, we're going to go base.get logger, info. What was this? I think this is pre. Post. Finish. And tick. So if none of these start spewing out like oodles of information, I'm going to be very confused on why they built the mod. I mean, I'm already a bit off put by why they built the mod their way. Because currently, what happens is they look for a value called TP countdown, and they go and update it. And basically, I could set the countdown to null. That might just screw up. Yeah, but anyways, so like here's where the countdown happens for that teleportation, and they never check if the teleportation gets canceled. So like once you hit it, you're just screwed. You just get absolutely just like steamrolled. You don't get a chance to like, not have that happen. Yeah, I don't know why they decided that was a good idea. Yo, W stream. Oh, fart connoisseur. Yo, what's happening? It's like the best name ever. It's potentially not the most interesting of all streams because people write their mods really weird and dumb and don't respect conventions. But it's kind of beside the point. Well, not necessarily. They could just like, fix their stuff and not be terrible at writing code. And it makes the rest of us look a lot smarter if they work smarter. I don't think we need any of this. Because, yeah, if countdown, no, world, remote, player data, get variable, locations, null. So I think if we can force update to be, it would be too easy for them to follow normal conventions and do their mod normally. Because so what you'd think would happen in update, they would listen for like the tick event or something. So let's see even if the tick event gets fired, because there's a chance it just doesn't ever actually get like sent out. They might have just been like, yeah, we'll add this tick event, we'll implement it later, we'll just leave it in the code base though. Okay, that was a bunch of garbly gook. Let's clear this. Go to the bottom. So if we're vibing over here, only the pre and post gets checked. How dumb is that? Like they never tick on the event. So what we're going to have to do is some tomfoolery to absolutely just like screw over the mod. So I think what we're going to do, I'm going to sneeze. I'm like slowly upgrading my sneeze to like dad sneeze level. What will be there soon. I can't like quite like, break windows yet, but maybe one day. So because if countdown is null, it just returns 0. But screwing this up might be hard. Ooh, that might be easier to screw up. Where did I go? All right, no. Attempt travel to update. Because locations, we could set locations to null. Yeah, I think this would work. So basically, what we need to do is go here, yoink please. Actually, I don't think that would share Control C there. I don't think that will actually copy because I'm using weird keybinds. Yeah, well, if they would write their code properly, I wouldn't have to screw it up. So at this rate, it's just easier to just screw them over. I don't know what else to say. We'll do it during the pre-event. Yeah, see, that didn't work. What we're going to do is we're going to go over here, And we're going to go into extensions, and we're going to turn off NeoVim, because while it makes typing way easier, it like removes the ability to actually copy and paste properly. Let's see. Oh, where did it go? Opened up all the code. Yeah, it opened up all the code folds. Yeah, this is what we want. Control C. All right. Boop. All right. Now it's like, oh my, you don't know where wizard data is. Import it, child. Import. We'll worry about player later. Oh my word, what's a list? I have no idea. Location. Oh, whoopsie. Electrobob wizardry spell. What? Was that the wrong location? What kind of location do they use? No, they use the Electrobob wizard or util. Where did it go? Where did the import go? Where it at though? Oh, did I never import it? RIP. Yeah, there it is. So import that, import all that, and oh sweet, it only needs an entity player. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually we're just going to basically do this. We're just going to mash these two methods together. And we're going to take all of this. Whoopsies. Going to take all of this and cut it and paste it up here. Okay.
What'd you do?
I'm working on stuff.
Okay. Are you on Discord too?
I was streaming, yeah.
What's that?
Streaming, yeah.
Streaming what?
Just this.
Oh, what is it?
It's coding.
Oh. Okay. You had dinner?
Kind of.
Kind of? I don't know what we're having. Oh. We're just chilling.
Okay.
You want some?
No.
No?
Yeah. Basically, have the old logger. Where were we before? Entity base, event, get caster. Yeah. Why can't, oh, here it is. If we take this, we should be able to put that there. And copy. Oh, come on. There we go. Get the tabs right. Does that work? Nope. We have to do is go if caster instance of player or entity player, that's right. Entity player. Entity player equals, we have to cast it to entity player and caster like that. Cool. So that just converts from one type to another because the code is expecting it to be. All right, gets rid of some of that white space. All right. Actually, it'd probably be easier to just not do that. What do you want?
Have you eaten it all today?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Do you
busy.
wanna eat now?
No. I'm busy. What was it called? Oh, the event. event dot, where did it go? Event. There we go. If that is a caster, if the caster is a player, I don't know when it would not be. But I don't know. Player. Can we just go data set? What was it? Set variable? Oh, we can set variables. All right. Transportation dot locations key. Yeah, there we go. Over. There we go. We can successfully screw them over. No, that shouldn't be null. It might be, but no, it shouldn't be. Yeah, no, this is okay code. It looked spooky for a sec. But I think that's right. Let me just comment some, otherwise I'm gonna forget what this all does. That should be straightforward. But I think I will bring this into one line. Boop. Something more like that. Make it a little easier to read. All right, let's try this. Okay, it built. Close that out. Mods. Get rid of the old mod. Add our new mod back. Maybe. There we go. So, I have to rethink of what's happening here. Should print out if it is that. Cool. So we're hoping for either red text here or us to not teleport. Ideally, we just don't teleport. And then everything's just happy-go-lucky, you know? Okay, cool. So it still works normally. And we're still using cactus, right? Like we didn't ever change. Cool. What? I'm not convinced that this is actually running. We're going to have to do some logging to check it out. Info, hit cactus. All right. And also, we have to log the p.get unique ID to string. And then up here, we have to also log the unique ID to string. Base get logger info. Caster is a player. And now we have to... Okay, it's not going to delete the text like it's supposed to. So player get unique ID to string. Cool. So we're going to rebuild with a little bit of logging built in. Close that out. Friendly fire rules, get rid of that. Add file, forge, there, launch. Let's see. Because I got a feeling that either the unique ID that comes off of... All right, let's see where everything is supposed to log, and then we can know where errors are happening. So getCaster is not associating it. It doesn't think I'm a player. It's very odd. Why doesn't it think I'm a player? Well, here could be our first big mystery for Scooby and the gang to solve. Base.logger. We're just gonna warn. We're gonna warn whatever event.getCaster is. We're just gonna log that entire thing. Rebuild the mod real quick. Build successful. Let's re-put it in the game. And launch. Alright. So now we'll see why it doesn't think I'm a player, which is kind of rather obnoxious. What does it think I am? It didn't even... Is that null? Huh? What? Well, what else would we use if we don't have caster? I'm curious if this for some reason is messing up. Let's figure out the unlocalized name and what it's supposed to be. This get registry name. What? All right. Seems like a bunch of weird stuff going on over there. So we're just not gonna go with it. Get unlocalized name. We're just gonna do this, see if this works. Cause I got a feeling that this whole like unlocalized name bit is not what it's supposed to be. Let's see, get spell. I probably shouldn't have closed that other tab that I was using to browse to the source code. Cause I feel like that's probably gonna end up being pretty useful. So let's grab that back. Alright, we can just cd documents code Java wizardry. Something like this, transportation. We'll let that build for a quick sec. It's because the actually easier way to do this, I actually thought of. Yeah, so it's not loading. Testing for the transportation like that is not working. So they might have actually not messed up. That's entirely possible that they didn't mess up. So what we're going to do instead is we're just going to go instance of transportation. We're going to go like this. How do we, we have, to invert instance of is really weird. We have to put that in parens and then go like that. Cool. So if it's not an instance of transportation, we return. Yeah, that's what we want. Cool. That should work now. We might be finally able to actually do something with this. Or who knows? Maybe they did actually build their mod properly, and we'll just be able to cancel it. But if we can't, after this works, what we're gonna have to do is just go through and just like screw it up, like Silver said in chat. Just reach into like the brains of this spell and just start stirring, and hopefully it cancels. We're gonna do with a little more tact than that, but not a whole lot. Just just a smidgeroon more tact than that. Here we go. All right. Let's not drop it. Huh. Huh. We got the game to crash. That wasn't exactly what I wanted to happen. Golly, what happened? No pointer exception. At 44, line 44, what happened? Oh. Yeah, that's probably valid. Basically, what happened is this is null, this value, and so, yeah. That's a terrible explanation, I realize. And I'll fix the explanation in a sec, but let me just finish this thought, and then I can help y'all out. All right. Last time is equal to null 0. Cool. So basically what's happening here is, since we never hit cactus, when we try and go and ask for the last time we hit cactus, it crashes because we never hit cactus. So it gets slightly mad. It kind of it gets a wee bit mad when it's like, all right, when was the last time we touched cactus? And it's like, never, idiot. And then the game just kind of dies at that point. So if we can do this without killing our game, I don't know, maybe just an instant crash machine is juicy. Maybe we should just leave that in the mod pack. Like, we just leave Easter eggs of like, oh, you tried to do XYZ, like super far out there, just like weird item, like really obscure conditions, and it's like, oh, you tried to eat, like raw chicken while standing 2 blocks under a block of glass in like the green tint. Crash your game. Just something stupid like that. Be kind of tasty, Could be kind of spicy. We do a little bit of trolling. Yeah, what should I just like secretly add some sort of obscure thing that just like, I could do it with like debug messages and just like, at least, because I feel like crashing people would be a little bit extra, and I would like never be allowed to add mods again. But what was I saying? Never be able to allow mods again. That would be crap. Oh, because the mod pack takes so long to load. Is the only thing. Because like obviously I'm not running the full mod pack. I'm just running the relevant mods. But because the mod, at least for me, the mod pack takes like a good, I don't know, 5-10 minutes to load. But make it so it bans. Yeah, it's like, oh, you did an invalid action, you get banned. That's just the end of you. Just something super obscure. I think I'm gonna add a third mod. I'm gonna have one mod that's the Discord rich presence. We're gonna have one mod that's like it enforces rules, like this thing that we're working on. And we'll make a third mod that's just Easter eggs. And it's like, oh, you tried to do you. I think I might do eat raw chicken under a green glass pane. All right, so now time to look at this because it should be working now. Caster is a player. Woo! And it gets my UUID. Is that my actual UUID? Let's look. Name MC. I'm not going to bother pulling this onto the actual screen. Yep, that's my UUID. Cool. So I'm going to die soon. Set spawn point. That's the command. Yeah. Let's just die. Boop, 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 boop. Absolutely exploded. We're also going to go time set day. Oh, come on. Day. Day. There we go. Time set day. What? Burn? Oh, those don't burn, do they? We just won't worry about it. Oh, do these all unbind if you die? Weird. Aren't these all transportation scrolls? Oh, yeah, the overlay just isn't working properly. Cool. So the teleportation works, but if we go like this. Okay, I need to exit this world and rejoin it because I feel like some of the UI bugged out, which is annoying. No, can you just stop? Game mode C. I'm going to end you. Oh, actually, that's probably a based idea. Peaceful. Cool. But I can still take I can still take cactus damage. Now we gotta wait our 10 seconds. I must remember this of a stone circle. I thought I did remember the location of a stone circle. I'm really concerned that that graphical interface is not. Is that not game mode? Game mode C. Just give myself a bunch of these. Go back in survival. A little ritual square. And swoop, we get teleported back. All right. But now if we touch cactus, looks like nothing happens. Yeah, how do I get mana? Well, because it worked. If I remember the location and I just teleport, it works, right? And so I'm like, whoa, that's so cool, it works. And then if I can return there, and then I go, ooh, I take damage. Yeah, it doesn't work. That's intended, I guess. And we can just smash this. Yeah, and then it cancels the location, which maybe isn't the best, because I feel like it's not supposed to do that. So we might be able to do it in a more graceful manner. But maybe it's supposed to. Let me test something real quick. So if we teleport with this stack of items, it doesn't really say if it's bound anywhere. Yeah, we should be able to infinitely just like keep going back to that location. But when it gets canceled, it like loses the location it's supposed to go to, which isn't great. Yeah, it is, because I don't think that we even messed with that. We did mess with that. That is a good reason why it doesn't work. What was I trying to mess with? I want to mess with the countdown key. I don't want to mess with countdown key. There, if we build this, it should work again. Yeah, it probably was. That's probably also why we had the graphical. Yeah, I will try maybe some other damage types. Oh yeah, to make sure this actually works. That'd be a good idea. So let's Alt F4 that. Mods, friendly fire rules, add file. Okay, so the losing the location was completely valid because we just figured out I was accidentally setting the location to null instead of the timers to null. So I mean, like, if we just like get rid of the locations, obviously they don't exist. But now we have to hope that this still works. And I should also test it if it actually does listen to the cancel event, because it turns out, we were writing it wrong. So it was never trying to get canceled. So we can see if the cancel event actually works. All right. Kablamo. We can still teleport like normal. All that fun jazz. Cool. So now if we take damage. I don't know how long 10 seconds are. I feel like 10 seconds. It works. Let's go. Okay, cool. Well, that works. I don't know what happened to the UI that's like supposed to hover over here, because it used to exist, but it doesn't now. Now let's go over here. Let's like create a new world and try it. To get that that UI to come back, because it was really nice. So if we count that as time, that's like 2.5-ish hours. But since like 90% of the time was just fixing the fact that Gradle wasn't launching properly, I don't know if we want to call that transportation. But roughly 2-ish hours. Yeah, I guess the UI is just gone. Okay, but yeah, so we want to test some other damage types like you were saying. That's a good idea. And then I'm not exactly sure. Testing players will be a bit spicy. You mentioned Hamachi. If that's open source, I'll use it. If it's closed source, that seems a bit spooky. Maybe we'll just anger that dog as the other. No, that's terrible. We'll just blow ourselves up as the other damage type. Let's go like that. All right. Okay. So, kablamo. Okay, we teleport normally. If we take damage, we can't teleport. I might want to add like a countdown, like a debug message saying like, oh, you have XYZ seconds left. Well, do you think it'd be better to like tell them how many seconds left, or just kind of have, like, I know it's set at 10 seconds, but like just kind of have that value hidden? Or would it be better for them to be, because I feel like if they know it's 10 seconds, then they might like, be running around and be like, oh, here's a cave, I only need 10 seconds. They're like mashing it. They're like 9 seconds, 8 seconds, 7 seconds. And they're like just hiding for that amount. But if it's kind of an unknown value, they, I don't want to completely die. Okay, or I'll completely die. Yeah, I think we'll keep it hidden. I'll probably change it to a little different than 10 seconds. But I guess the mod's open source, so anyone could look at it. So it's really not. I like licensing things under the GNU, whatever you call it. Yep, cool. Other damage types don't screw it up. Yeah, other damage types don't screw it up. So we'll be groovy there. We just have to change the cactus to a player type. And we might, I'll just put a little to-do note in here. To do test canceling the event again, which would be like event can. We just cancel the event. Which actually I guess we can try right now. So let's check out what damage source types there are. In fire, lightning bolt. On fire, lava, hot floor. Oh, that's probably like magma cubes, I guess. In wall, cramming, drown, starve, cactus, fall, fly, into wall. Nice. Out of world, generic, magic, wither, anvil, falling block, dragon, fire block. Yeah, the arrow. Oh, you right. Dang, you one smart lad, Guap. Should have you developing these mods. Dang, that actually is like big brain. I didn't even think about that, how you can damage yourself like that. All right. So, we need to just put a little bit of code, because the generic damage type isn't exactly the same. I guess it might be generic damage. Yeah, so I think it'd just be generic damage. But we won't worry too much about that, because if we just get source, what is this damage source? Yeah. It's going to cry because I already used that variable. What is it actually mad about? Oh, because I didn't spell that right. Damage source. Let's comment that out. And then we can go if source equals null, then something. We'll just make this a bool value. Else maybe we return null again. Else source true source. And this is a entity. What's wrong here? What? Source, no. What? It is a what? Oh, because it was, I named it true. You can't have a value named true. Entity, we'll call it true source. Now we're going to do basically the same thing. We're just going to do is a player equals true source equals null, false. Actually, this might take more code than a ternary operator. If true source equals, we'll go not equal to null, or actually, no, we'll do equals to null. Then we'll just be like, we'll put a little value up here. That's a Boolean is a player. And we'll just go is a player equals, if that's null, false, it's not a player, it's some other random something. Else, so it is a player, probably. But if true source instance of entity player is a player equals true, else false. This is some serious spaghetti code, I realize. It can definitely be consolidated with a little bit of thinking. So I think what we do, because we shouldn't have to set is a player false twice. That's kind of dumb. Oh yeah, what we can do here is we can replace this, go like that, because we can go and true. Well, actually, well, we could just do the true source instance of entity player, because null isn't an instance of entity player. I'll just bring this up here, just that. And go like that. Cool. And then we just go if is a player, because that will evaluate to true, hopefully. And we'll just go log player damage. And hopefully that works like that. If the source is but this might also be null. We'll see. We'll see what happens. It's such a Java is kind of a pain with the whole null type thing, because anything can just like jump out of nowhere and be like, actually, I'm null. Your whole program is crashing now, and it's quite obnoxious when stuff just decides it wants to crash. That's why all the cool kids use Rust for all their programming endeavors. But alas, that is not the language Minecraft is written in. So I'll just be excited if the player damage works. Because I feel like it will work for this just fine, because the arrow will be the immediate damage source, and the like unimmediate will be myself. Game mode. The unimmediate damage source will be a player. But yeah, player damage right there. Woohoo! That works. So the next thing to take a look at is what would it be? Let's see. Let's see if we can't join our same game twice. Just a little tomfoolery. Games polymc. We'll just, there's a duplicate copy. We can launch it offline and we can choose our name, so it'll be Silver. And then we can also launch this one offline and be Rushmore. And now both these games should load using the mod, and potentially bad things won't happen. My computer's not too happy about this though, so the stream might start crumbling. It's at like 90% CPU usage. Built terrain, built terrain. Woo! Open to LAN. This might work. Ayo. Sweet. Where's me 2.0? I see myself. There we go. So, let's see. We want the log from at least one of these. Minecraft log. We're going to bring this over to 4 with us. Why can't I hit that person? Oh, they're in creative. This is hella confusing. Yeah, so you can do, well, because you can see on the screen that one of me is Rushmore and one of me is Rushmore 75, because you can launch it offline and do shenanigans. What I'm concerned about, though, is the fact that this is not printing out, and it should print out damage, wherever it is, on just any damage event if it's a player, and it's currently not. But if I were to grab my trusty bow, okay, well, let's give the bow to the other person. I'm pretty sure I have that person's log set up. Yeah. So switch these around. The account, right? Whose account is this? This got confusing real fast. Why do I not have events anymore? Did something crash? Alright. We're just gonna kill this person. And put them into creative. Get them a bow and arrow. Give them a couple. And we can give our other characters some ammo as well. That's cursed. So this is the Rushmore 75 account. Which one did I open? Okay. If we open Electro, the normal account. Okay. This is obnoxious. Yeah, the damage events just aren't happening anymore. It happened once. Huh. Okay. So this is the silver thing. And then this one we can launch as rush. So this is, there we go. So this log corresponds to that window. Excuse me. All right. Or maybe it's not actually going to change my name, but whatever. Okay, if we go and find my other person and give them some goodies. Player damage. Player damage. I thought I had like way more bows. Cool. So player damage is working. Sweet. So now, I don't know if this was coded to cancel. Okay, yeah, it's just to put. Cool. So we can take out that log event. And that log event. So now what we have to do is some harder shenanigans. So we need one person here. The other person, we're going to need to heal. I thought that was... Oh, I don't have FTB utilities. Yeah, we'll just have to kill ourselves then. Get some full health going here. We're going to bind a scroll here. We're going to hit ourselves. Sweet, it works. So we hit our Rushmore 75 character. So our character in front here with the cape, he can just teleport at arbitrary times to here. But if we go ahead and player damage him, he can't teleport. So the cancel event actually did work. We didn't have to screw with it as hard as I thought I would. And now we can teleport back. So now the real question is, what happens if we just punch someone? Oh, it still counts as player damage. Sweet. Cool. Well, that's that. That works. I suppose that's it. Yeah. Cool. I'll probably add a little bit of logging in here. That says like how much time left they have, just so if we need to look at like bug reports or something, we can be like, they're like, oh my gosh, why isn't Wainwright teleporting? Where? So we'll just do it with their UID, because why not? Actually, we should do it with their name, shouldn't we? Name? Do they have a name? Display name. Yeah, it only took 3 hours. It actually isn't too bad. Any other wait in all caps. Any other oh, that's not what we want. We want to take this out. We want to put it up here. No, it is going to be that only that player who can't teleport, because when we log the fact that someone gets damaged, what we do is we have a hash map, which is like a key value pair, so we can look up a value via a key, and our key is the UUID of the person, and then the value is the time they last got hit. And then up here, what happens is on the spell cast pre-event, we check the caster, and we get the caster, and we get the caster's unique ID, and then we the last time they did it. So damage is, I could name this to like, well, actually we can't rename it because we have an error right now. We could rename this to like last damage map. And so we go to the last damage map, and we retrieve the last time that player got hit. And then it cancels their specific event. We don't need to cancel it twice. If they were damaged. Yeah, so we should be good there. Whoa, dough. I can't spell, and so I have a little spell check thingy here. But sometimes I can't even invoke that well. So we're gonna say, we're gonna put a little debug message into the server console. Can't teleport because they are on, what would you call it, like damage cooldown. Cooldown's a word. I don't know why it's trying to say it's not. P can't be resolved. Oh, player can though. Cool. So that's that. And so like, yeah, it took 3 hours. But we're gonna rename spell pre. Pre has 1 E. But if we go to add other events, it would take, like a half hour to add each one or something like that. Just like the initial one takes forever. But cool. I think that's all groovy. Obviously, it will get tested in production, like when we're actually running it on the server. But that should be fine. I might have to change this this like path that it uses, using it next to the other ones, but I don't think so. So yeah, that's that. I'll probably create a, what do you call it? Easter egg mod. I might stream that just to be like, oh, if you're in the know, you're in the know. Haha, funny. And if someone wants to like scrub through, like a 5-hour live stream of us adding Easter eggs. But yeah, otherwise this will get some other rules as we go along, like, oh, you can't attack a pacifist, and it will like, they'll probably like forcibly like not let you attack pacifists, if that's kind of how we want the mod to go. If we want like, rules that should be broken for like certain events, we don't want to actually like, shut everyone in a box and be like, this is the line in the sand, you can't cross. But there are some rules that like shouldn't be broken. And it's just easier if we make them unbreakable, because I like doing everything that like I have the ability to do. So I just like rules being enforced and like, oh, I can't do that. But if I was allowed to like, circumvent the rule in some obscure way, I would prefer to do that than, because also I'm like the mod in the server, so I can't really like, craft up like loopholes to get around rules like other people could, because that'd be kind of shady if I was doing it, because I'm one of the mods. But yeah, cool. That works. Anyways, I'll probably upload this to Discord so people can mess around with it if they want. But otherwise, that's all for now. 'Twas fun. GG's all around. This will be unlisted probably, and I'll just put it in like a little folder thing. But yeah, GG's. See y'all later.